So we were talking about velocity, and we in the previous class we learned about the Cramer rule and matrix and determinants and how to solve uh, the problems using Cramer's rule. So today we will be seeing this application of this vector and matrix method for analyzing the velocity. Okay, so So let's consider that there is a 4-bar linkage and something like that. So this is the fixed bar or the fixed link, and let's denote it by R naught. And let's say this is another link R1, this is another link R2, and this is another link R3 taken in order in clockwise direction. Uh, let's say this angle is theta 1, the R1 makes from the horizontal or the fixed link R0 is theta 1, and let's say R2 makes an angle of theta 2 from the horizontal, and R3 makes an angle of theta 3 from the horizontal. Just remember that I am taking counterclockwise direction as positive angle measurement. Okay. So if you remember, this 4-bar linkage uh, is a linkage which is having single degree of freedom. It means that if we know the position and velocity of only one link, then we can determine the position, velocity, or any other quantity related to other links, you know, or any point on the other link. So this is the whole concept here. So in order to determine the velocity of link R2 or link R3 or any points on link R2 and R3, we can use the analytical method which involves vector multiplication and additions. So let's see how we can solve it for determining the velocity of R2 and R3. Let's say there are these 2 points. Let's say this is O1 and this is O3, which belongs to R1 and R3. And let's say this point is B and this point is C. So our objective is to determine velocity of any point on link BC or link R2 or link R3. So for solving this, let's start writing the loop closure equation. Remember, whenever we talk about vector thing, we generally start from loop closure equation. So a loop closure equation can be written like this: R0 plus R1 plus R2 plus R3 taken in order is equal to 0. A better way to write it is with the arrow, which actually says that these are vectors and they have particular sense. Okay. Here we should know that because it's a single degree of freedom system, R1 is known, theta 1 is known, and let's say this is moving, this is rotating with omega 1. Okay, link 1, link R1 is rotating with angular speed of omega 1. So these three things are known. And we need to determine the angular velocity or velocity of any point on link BC or off link BC, the angular velocity of link BC R2 or angular velocity of link R3, or the velocity of any point on link R3 or velocity of any point on link R2. So because we need to determine the velocity, we are required to differentiate this loop closure equation. See, R0 is a fixed link. So R0 differentiate, if we want to differentiate R0, it will become 0. Okay. And then this R1, R2, and R3, we can differentiate. I'm just putting dot marks so that which represents the differentiation of R1, R2, and R3. Further expanding this, we can write R1, the velocity, the differentiation of R1 is velocity. So which can be written as omega 1 cross R1 plus omega 2 cross R2 plus omega 3 cross R3 is equal to 0. It's nothing but the differentiation of R1, R2, and R3 respectively. Okay. What is omega 1 cross R1? If I'm just trying to expand this first term, omega 1 cross R1, so this can be written as so omega is angular velocity and it's a vector. Okay. And we know that, let's say, if there is this link which is moving in this direction, you know, about this fixed point. So, and this is moving in this, let's say, in this curve path. So the velocity vector is the tangent to this curve in the same direction of the movement, and the angular velocity vector is also perpendicular to this link, and the direction can be given by the right hand thumb rule. So if it is moving in this direction, it will be upside perpendicular to this link, and it will be coming out from the screen. Okay. Similarly, if it is going in this direction, then it will be going inside the screen. It will be perpendicular to the plane on which it is rotating. This is the direction of angular velocity vector. And this is the direction of velocity, the linear velocity. Linear velocity is a tangent to the path, and angular velocity's direction can be given by the right hand thumb rule, and it is perpendicular to the plane on which it is rotating. So let's see, here we are talking about a 2D linkage system, and link R1 is rotating counterclockwise. So we can say that the omega will have only one component, that is K component, and not I and J component, because I and J components are the components which belong to X and Y plane, and this link is supposed to be moving in X and Y plane. Okay. So this link is moving on X and Y plane. So the direction of omega will be in Z plane, and it will have only K component. So that is why I can write that omega 1 will have only K component, and its magnitude is omega 1. And R1, because it's again a 2D system, and R1 will have two components, that is in X direction Rx and in Y direction Ry, and it will not have any Z component. So omega 1 cross R1 can be written like this in a matrix multiplication format, and then we can write I 0 cross 0 means 0 minus omega 1 cross omega 1 r1y. Better I should write here r1. Okay, omega 1 r1y. So plus j omega 1 r1x minus 0 plus k 0. Okay, so this you can write minus I omega 1 r1y plus j omega 1 r1x. Similarly, you can write equation for omega 2 cross r2, and it will become minus I omega 2 r2y plus j omega 2 r2x. And similarly, you can also write omega 3 cross r3 is minus I omega 3 r3y plus j omega 3 r3x. So going to equation 1 and adding all the I component and j component separately, we can write minus I omega 1 r1y plus omega 2 r2y plus omega 3 r3y. Similarly, adding the j component, omega 1 r1x plus omega 2 r2x plus omega 3 r3x is equal to 0. Since this equation 0, it also means that the individual component belonging to I and j should also be 0. So I'm just writing the individual component equal to 0. We can write omega 1 r1y plus omega 2 r2y plus omega 3 r3y is equal to 0. Similarly, j component omega 1 r1x plus omega 2 r2x plus omega 3 r3x is equal to 0. Notice that in this two equation, omega 1 is known. Okay. Similarly, r1y and r1x is also known. R2y, R2x, R3y and R3x, you can determine these values using the position analysis. If you remember, we did determine the position of link R2 and R3 when the position of link R1 was given. What we don't know is the value of omega 2 and omega 3. That is what is desirable. So again, writing down this equation in matrix form, we can write R2y, R2x, R3y, R3x, and then omega 2, omega 3 is equal to minus omega 1 को common ले लिया, and then it becomes R1y, R1x. So this equation can be solved using the Cramer's rule. For solving this equation, we can write omega 2 is equal to minus omega 1 by D R1y, R1x, R3y, R3x, simply using the Cramer's rule. Okay. Similarly, you can write omega 3. यहाँ पे the value of D is this determinant which is R2y, R2x, R3y, and R3x. और ओमेगा 3 को भी ऐसे ही लिख सकते हैं आप, ओमेगा 1 बाई डी, और फिर यहाँ पे जो मैट्रिक्स होगी, यहाँ पे R2y, R2x will remain same, and this column will be changed by R1y, R1x. So in this manner, we can determine omega 2 and omega 3. And once we have the value of omega 2 and omega 3, we can determine the velocity of any point on this linkage system. Okay. So this was point C and this was point B. If you remember, this was point O1 and this was O3. 0, R1, R2, and R3. Let's say we want to determine the velocity of point C, the linear velocity of point C. So because we know omega 3 and O3 is a fixed point. So we know that V is equal to R cross omega. So VC is equal to, sorry, omega cross R. So omega 3 cross minus R3 if we are considering this direction, the upside direction. Okay. So this direction thing you must take care. Otherwise, there is one more way to determine the velocity of point C. If you see this triangle, then VC is actually nothing but the velocity of link R1, or we can write VB plus relative velocity of C with respect to B. Okay. And what is VCB? This is VCB, the velocity of point C with respect to B. यहाँ पे the velocity of B with respect to O1. तो इस triangle से हम लिख सकते हैं, तो VCB is again omega 2 cross R2, है ना? Because we know what is VCB. VCB is omega 2 cross R2. Remember, all these multiplications are vector multiplications. Okay. So once we determine the VCB, we can determine the value of VC using this equation. Let's say we want to determine the velocity of any point D here. And D point is the part of link 2. तो VD, अगर हमको VD निकालना है तो क्या लिख सकते हैं? VD is nothing but VB, that is the velocity of point B, plus velocity of point D with respect to B, है ना? ऐसा ट्रायंगल यहाँ भी बना सकते हैं इस फिक्स पॉइंट से. And then what is VDB? VDB is nothing but omega 2 cross RDB. Okay. And RDB is known because the position of point D with respect to point B is known. So we can determine RDB and then we can determine the value of VDB. So this is the method in order to determine the velocity of any point on any link using the uh, analytical vector method. So just a moment, please. Now let's consider an example. Let's say we have this link, this linkage system, very similar to the diagram we have solved earlier during the position analysis. Let's say this is link R0, R1, R2 and R3 taken in order. And the length of, let's say this is moving counterclockwise, the link 1 is moving counterclockwise, and the values are given like this. Omega 1 is given as 100 radian per second. And theta 1 is given as 45 degree. And then R0 is given as 30 mm. R1 is given as 10 mm. It is the same example we have solved during the position analysis. R2 is given as 35 mm. And R3 is given as 20 mm. Our objective is to determine omega 2 to determine omega 3, that is the angular velocity of link R2 and R3, velocity of point C, and velocity of any other point. Let's say it is point D, which is part of link R2. तो यहाँ पे कोई point D है, तो yes, it is also given as RBD is 15 mm, and it is making 20 degree. So we need to determine omega 2, omega 3, velocity of point C and velocity of point D. So if you remember the previous example while doing the position analysis, we got that the link R2 was making 16.35 degree. Okay. Link R2 was making, and similarly link R3 was making an angle of 237 degrees, 237.81 degrees. These we solved during the previous position analysis. So by knowing this, we can determine the various components like R1x, R1y, R2x, R3y, because all these things are required in order to determine omega 2 and omega 3. So just writing what is R1x. R1x is 7.07. Similarly, R1y is also 7.07. This is nothing but r cos theta and r sin theta. Okay, rx is r cos theta and ry is r sin theta, where theta is the angle made by the particular link from horizontal. Similarly, we can write r2x. तो r2x जो है वो क्या हो जाएगा, r2 cos 16.35. ओके, तो इसको जब हम सॉल्व करेंगे तो ये आ जाएगा 33.59. सिमिलरली r2y जो है वो क्या हो जाएगा, r2 sin 16.35, तो इसकी वैल्यू आ जाएगी 9.853. 9.853. सिमिलरली r3x को लिखना है तो क्या लिख सकते हैं, r3 cos 237.81. तो इसको जब आप सॉल्व करेंगे on your calculator, you will get the value of minus 10.66. Similarly, r3y is equal to minus 16.92. Okay, that is nothing but r3 sine of 237.81. So using the previous formula we have derived omega, and I am just expanding that formula which I had written earlier in form of Cramer's rule. तो omega 2 को क्या लिख सकते हैं, if you remember, omega 2 is nothing but minus omega 1 by d r1y. r1y is 7.07 and r1x is 7.07. r3y is minus 16.92 and r3x is minus 10.66. Or d can be written like this, r2y, that is 33.59, r2x, sorry, this is not 33, this is so r2x is 33.59 Okay, so r2y is 9.853 and r2x is 33.59. r3y is minus 16.92 and r3x is minus 10.66. तो इसको अगर हम फर्दर एक्सपेंड करें तो वी कैन राइट minus omega 1 is 100, it is given. The direction is also given. We are considering counterclockwise as positive, so it becomes minus 100 and minus 7.07 cross 10.66 plus 16.92 cross 7.07 divided by d. So D हो जाएगा 9.853 cross 10.66 plus 16.92 cross 33.59. So when we do further calculation, we can get minus 9.567 radian per second. And earlier we have considered that counterclockwise is positive. See, we have taken 100 radian per second, which, and the link 1 was moving in counterclockwise direction, and we have considered it positive. So here the value is coming as negative. It means that minus 9.567 is in नेगेटिव, और अगर इसको हम पॉजिटिव में करें तो इसको हम लिख सकते हैं 9.567 clockwise. So it means that when link R1 is moving with 100 radian per second in counterclockwise direction, link 2 is moving in clockwise direction, you know, with angular speed of 9.567 radian per second. Also notice that this is an instantaneous velocity. Okay. Similarly, when we will do calculation for omega 3, we can determine omega 3 in the same manner, and the calculation will give you the value of 36.208 radian per second, and the answer is in positive, which means that it is counterclockwise. So it means that when omega 1 is moving with 100 radian per second, link 2 is moving with 9.56 radian per second in clockwise direction, and link 3 is moving with 36.208 radian per second counterclockwise. So that is how we can determine the value of angular speed of link 2 and link 3. Now omega 2 and omega 3 we have determined. We need to determine the velocity of point C, velocity of point D. So velocity of point C, इसको दो तरह से आप निकाल सकते हैं. एक तो ओमेगा 3 R3 है ना. It means that omega 3 cross R3. Remember, when we write VC, it actually means that the velocity of point C with respect to fixed point. It means that it is absolute velocity. So velocity of point C जो है वो this with respect to O3 or O1 will remain same because both are fixed point. So with respect to O3 we can determine omega 3 cross R3, and then we can do vector multiplication in order to determine. तो अगर I, J and K, and then we can write omega 3 हमको पता है, that is we have just determined, and it is 36.208. So 36.208, and R3 is R3x is 10.66. Remember, I am considering minus R3, so I am just using तो मैंने यहाँ से minus हटा दिया. I am just using 10.66, and then it is 16 ये second term है, it is 16.92, and this third term becomes 0. Okay, so when we will further do the multiplication, we can get a value of approximately 724 mm per second. The other way to determine the velocity of point C is to consider the relative velocity term. So velocity of point C को हम लिख सकते हैं velocity of point B, that is VB, plus velocity of point C with respect to B. You know, it is like closing this triangle. So velocity of point C with respect to O1 is the velocity of point B plus velocity of C with respect to B. So velocity of B जो है, that is omega 3 cross R3, and we can again do vector multiplication of omega 3 cross R3, and then VCB क्या हो जाएगा? Omega 2 cross R2, that is again the vector multiplication. So by using this also we can determine the velocity of point C. Now if we want to determine the velocity of any arbitrary point, point D, we can determine it into the same manner. तो अगर velocity of point D के लिए लिखना है तो we can write VD is VB plus velocity of point D with respect to B. You know, VB we have just determined, you know, omega 1 cross R1, और VDB क्या हो जाएगा? That is omega 2 cross RDB. RDB we can again determine the I and J component of RDB. So we can determine, and it's just your home assignment to do. The answer should be something like 858.4 mm per second. Just be careful that while you are doing all these calculations, they are vector multiplications and vector additions. So when we do vector multiplication, it means that it will go into this matrix form of multiplication. So individual, you have to mention individual I, J and K component of each part and then do multiplication. Similarly, when we are adding, we need to add I terms separately, J terms separately and K terms separately in order to get the values. So this is one method to determine the velocity, and this is purely analytical method. Analytical method is very much suitable for computer programs. So when we write programs in any software, we can just write these equations easily. We can do vector matrix multiplications easily or matrix addition easily. So they are very good during for computer programs. And in fact, a lot of programs use automatic feeding of these equations. You just need to give value of omega 1 and the values of R2, R3, and you can get the value at any particular instant. There is one other method which is also very useful in order to determine the velocity. Not only useful, but it can give ready reference to already computed problem analytically. Or if you want to check whether your analytical problem is correct or not, you can use this another method, and this another method is nothing but graphical method. Graphical method is very suitable for hand calculations. Although now a lot of softwares are available where you can do graphical methods, you can utilize this graphical method easily, but at any particular instant, and this graphical method is not only easy, it also gives a feel of sense, magnitude and direction of various velocities. So in fact, many designers prefer to use graphical method instead of using the tedious calculations, because see, in calculations there are a lot of chances of getting error. If you are doing a small mistake in one of the component, the whole system will be errored. But in graphical method, the chances of error become very low. It all depends on how precise is your drawing. So it becomes very convenient, very helpful if you use graphical method. You can use graphical method with any software also, like open loop softwares like Inkscape can be used, where you can draw precise angles and precise length, and you can get the answer. So graphical method, we will discuss this graphical method in the next turn. So because this graphical method, it requires you to be prepared with drawing equipment, especially protractor and a scale. So I request you to keep a protractor and a scale from the next turn till further notice, so that you can understand the solving of these problems using the graphical method. So that's all for today. Does anyone has any question?